Hi, welcome to the Spider-Verse Saga. In this video, we are going to watch all of the Spider-Man and Spider-Man related films as one narrative structure. We are going to start with our main MCU sacred timeline, starting with Spider-Man Far From Home, and then jumping between multiverses to explore Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man universe, as well as the Tom Hardy's Venom universe. Now, films such as Madam Web and Kraven the Hunter are not included on this timeline, as there are no properties linked to the MCU that makes references to these films. Now, before we begin, may I remind you that there will be spoilers, and it will take you approximately 27 hours and 18 minutes to complete this side quest. So, strap in, grab some popcorn, and let's get started. Set in our main MCU timeline, we are going to watch Spider-Man Far From Home. This film takes place 8 months after the events of Avengers Endgame, placing this film in the year 2024. We're introduced to Quentin Beck, also known as Mysterio, and we see the return of Nick Fury and Maria Hill. It is revealed, however, that both Nick Fury and Maria Hill are the shape-shifting Skrulls Talos and his wife Soren, whom we met all the way back in Captain Marvel. By the end of this film, the identity of Spider-Man has been revealed to the public. Next, we're going to watch the first 5 episodes of The Daily Bugle, which you can find on YouTube. Now, these are short 30-second social media clips that connects to the events of Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, we're going to jump across the multiverse and watch Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. In this universe, we're introduced to Mary Jane Watson, Aunt May, Harry Osborn, J. Jonah Jameson played by the same actor we saw in Spider-Man Far From Home, and Norman Osborn, also known as the Green Goblin. Next, we're going to watch Spider-Man 2, where we are introduced to Dr. Otto Octavius, also known as Dr. Octopus, and other comic book characters such as John Jameson, also known as Man-Wolf, and Dr. Kurt Connors, also known as the Lizard. We also hear a lady singing the theme song to the 1960s Spider-Man animated series. To conclude Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man trilogy, we are going to watch Spider-Man 3. Here, we are introduced to characters such as Sandman, Venom, and Gwen Stacy, and we see Harry Osborn's turn to the new Goblin. Jumping over to another universe, we are now going to explore Andrew Garfield's The Amazing Spider-Man. In this universe, we are introduced to Gwen and Captain George Stacy, Peter Parker's parents, Richard and Mary Parker, as well as Dr. Kurt Connors, also known as the Lizard. Next, we're going to watch The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Here, we are introduced to Harry Osborn's Green Goblin, Electro, Felicia Hardy, also known in the comic books as Black Cat, and a very mechanical version of the Rhino. Moving over to another universe, we are now going to watch Tom Hardy's Venom. Here we are introduced to Eddie Brock as our main protagonist as he fights another alien symbiote known as Riot. Now, there are 2 end credit scenes for this film. The first teases Cletus Cassidy, also known as Carnage, and the second post-credit scene teases the existence of another Spider-Man universe. Next, we're going to watch Venom: Let There Be Carnage. Here, we see Cletus Cassidy turn into the villain known as Carnage, and we are introduced to a new character known as Shriek. Now, the end credit scene sees a mysterious spell take place, bringing Eddie Brock and Venom into our main Marvel sacred timeline, as Venom watches the Daily Bugle's report on the revealed identity of Spider-Man, which we saw all the way back in Spider-Man Far From Home. Now, we are going to come back to our main MCU timeline with Spider-Man No Way Home. This film picks up immediately after Spider-Man Far From Home, when Mysterio revealed the identity of Spider-Man. In his desperate attempt to reverse the damages done, Peter Parker seeks the assistance of Doctor Strange, wherein a fumbled spell brings over characters from other universes such as Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, Sandman, Electro, and the Lizard. And don't forget, the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man also make an appearance. We see the return of Matt Murdock, whom we met all the way back in Side Quest B, The Defenders Saga. Now, in order to stop other multiversal characters from entering our main timeline, Doctor Strange casts a spell that makes the world forget who Peter Parker really is. The end credit scene sees the return of Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock as he makes his way back to his own universe, leaving behind a small fragment of the alien symbiote. Next, we're going to watch the last 4 episodes of the Daily Bugle, where we see J. Jonah Jameson report on the events of Spider-Man No Way Home. Taking place immediately after the end credit scene from Spider-Man No Way Home, we follow Eddie Brock back to his own universe in Venom: The Last Dance. We're introduced to the god of symbiotes known as Null, and we get appearances from other symbiotic characters such as Lasher and Agony. While this concludes Tom Hardy's Venom trilogy, the door is left open for the possible return of Null in future Marvel properties. Next, we're going to watch Morbius as we follow Dr. Michael Morbius try to find a cure for his rare blood disorder. In the process of trying to cure his condition, he turns himself into a living vampire. Now, the end credit scene sees how the events of Spider-Man No Way Home affects the wider multiverse, as the character of Vulture, whom we last saw in Spider-Man Homecoming, somehow makes his way over to this universe. After the small teaser scene in the post-credits of the first Venom film, we are going to jump universes and watch Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Here we're introduced to Miles Morales, a new version of Spider-Man. He's joined by other multiversal characters such as Spider-Gwen, Peter B. Parker, Penny Parker, Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham. We also get appearances from some notable villains such as Green Goblin, Kingpin, Tombstone, Dr. Octopus and the Prowler. The end credit scene reveals the character of Miguel O'Hara, also known as Spider-Man 2099, as he travels to another universe, the 1960s Spider-Man animated series. Next, we're going to watch The Spider Within, a Spider-Verse story. This is a short film produced by Sony Pictures and the Kevin Love Fund to help raise awareness about mental health issues and to encourage teenagers to talk about their challenges. Here, we see Miles Morales try to balance the challenges of being a teenager as well as a superhero. Next, we're going to watch Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, this film makes many connections to the Spider-Man films and TV shows that we have previously watched. For example, Miguel O'Hara makes a reference to Spider-Man No Way Home, talking about Doctor Strange and the little nerd on Earth 1999-99. We get footage from the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man films, as well as a cameo from Mrs. Chen from the Tom Hardy's Venom universe. We see an alternate version of Aaron Davis, whom we met back in Spider-Man Homecoming, only this time he's in his Prowler outfit. We get many different cameos from the Spider-Man animated series, such as the 1960s Spider-Man, The Spectacular Spider-Man, Spider-Man Unlimited, and Lego Spider-Man. We're introduced to new characters such as Spider-Woman, Spider-Punk, Spider-Man India, and Scarlet Spider, as well as a new villain known as the Spot. Congratulations, you have just completed the Spider-Verse saga. Now from here, we are going to go back to our main MCU timeline and complete part 2 of the Multiverse saga. I hope you are ready to continue on with this journey, so I'll see you in the next video. If you found this content helpful and informative, may I invite you to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date with this watching order, and let me know down in the comment section below your favorite Spider-Verse film.